Hello and welcome to Quality Quilt Company website. I'm Meg, the founder of Quality Quilt Company, and I am the person that does all of the long arming, trimming, binding, all of it. I am a one-woman show, and I've recently launched this new website, and so I'm excited to give you a tour and answer some of the most frequent questions that I get asked with my new order form. So I'm going to share my screen. So the main step that I get the most questions about is the design and the density. It can be hard to choose a design online, but after you watch this video and I show you around, I think you're going to feel a lot better about how easy it actually is. So first, let's see how to access the designs that I have. Because we've grown so much and I've developed such a massive library of designs to choose from, I have employed this new system that allows you to sort and filter. So to access this system, you will find the little menu button here, the 3 hamburger sandwich menu, and then you'll find where it says quilting. And I show you on the phone, on the iPad, and on the desktop. You'll go under quilting and then you'll go to machine quilting designs. When you do this, you will be taken to this page right here. And when you see here, all of these categories here, when you click them, they update in real time. So you simply click on Christmas and it's going to pull up all of the Christmas designs that I have. And some of the designs are under multiple categories. So you have that flexibility when searching as well. Once you looked through all of those, let's say you still can't find something that you like, no worries. I have a catalog that you can look through with thousands. Now, don't let that scare you if having a lot of options overwhelms you, because this catalog is alphabetical order. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So it will pull up and downloadable PDF that you can look through. And in this PDF, as you can see here on the screen, all of the designs, they're alphabetical, but they also have this measurement underneath them. I want you to ignore that measurement, okay? You're going to select the density in the next step. So that's what that's talking about. I am a computerized long armor, so I can make the densities, whatever density I decide, whatever size I decide. And so you can just ignore those. And I tell people first, look for the design that you like. Then we'll look at the density of it. So let's see what that looks like. When you, once you've made your decision on your design, you're going to go to the long arm quilting order form, and you can get to this form by going to the tab right here that says shop, and then it'll pull up this long arm quilting order form. You can also access the designs right here by clicking this tab, and it'll pull up the same sorting option. You cannot access the catalog from here. So these are only the in-stock designs. So what you'll want to do is put in a description of your quilt. This is important for tracking and just being able to locate a quilt. If you say, you know, what you did on that quilt, you know, last year for me, I want something just like that. Well, if you give it a description, that helps me locate and remember what I did on that quilt. So go ahead and give it a description. Then you're going to see this box right here that says quilting design availability. This means if you chose an in-stock design that was on that page where you could filter and sort, you're going to choose in stock. If you chose a design out of the catalog where we ignored those numbers underneath the images, you will you'll select the order option there. Okay. Once you do that, it's going to take you to this box right here underneath it. This is where you'll need to put the quilting design name. And this is important, whether you choose an in-stock or a catalog, you need to make sure that you put the name that is listed on that particular design, because that's how I'm going to locate it. Okay. Then we get to density. Now, this is probably the most asked question that I get when it comes to quilting, because if you use any commercial, high turnover businesses for long arming, or even some local quilt shops, they don't offer different densities. I offer densities because every pattern looks good at a different density. And so I have chosen the 3 most common densities that will work within long arm quilting and all of the designs that I offer from the developer I use. So let's take a look at what that means. You're going to see a couple of options under there. You will see loose, you will see medium, and you will see dense, and then you will see an option for recommended. Now, we'll talk more about each of these here in a second, but I want to talk about the actual density and what that means. So, when you're looking at your patterns, there's 2 different types of patterns that you're going to find. The first one is an angled row. So you can see this part of the design is lower than this part, whereas a straight row goes straight across. Okay, this makes a big difference for 2 reasons. One, when you're looking at the quilt, your eye is going to follow a straight row more than it is an angled row, and you're going to be able to differentiate those rows better. The other part is we're going to be looking, so this is where the density comes in. We're going to be looking for the highest point of the design, and we'll be looking for the lowest point of the design. So let me move my screen here so you can see that. Okay, so the highest point on the straight row is right here, and this is the lowest. On the angled, it would be here, and it would be right here. Now, this is where we're going to see the density. So the density is from the highest point to the lowest point on the particular row that you're looking at. So when you look at my designs, you will see each row is separated out, and then on the top right corner, you'll also see it repeating, so you can see what it would look like. Okay, this is the density. So now that you understand what density is, let's talk about how to choose the right density. So there are 3 options for density that I offer: 13 inches, 6.5 inches, and 4 inches. And again, that's from the highest point to the lowest point. Most of the designs that I have are going to look the best in 6.5. However, there are some very dense designs that look better in 13, or designs that maybe you want a looser quilting on it, or maybe you want a tighter one. So having that flexibility to choose the density is really giving you that customizable option in an easy and tangible way where you can see it and understand it, even if you're not right here in my studio. Okay, now the other option that you have is to choose the recommended. So this is going to be the density that I will choose based on my experience and recommendations of the pattern that you choose. Okay, so when you choose recommended, you're choosing to trust my judgment and to let me go with my creative instinct. If you have more questions, you can always reach out and ask, but hopefully this gave you some clarity in better understanding of how to do orders on my website and understanding the options that I provide. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out, and I just appreciate you choosing me to be your long arm quilter, and honored that you would choose me out of all of the options that you have out there. So just remember, I also offer free Quilter's Dream batting, and then once you're my customer, if you send new people to me, you will also get a $25 credit in quilting services for every friend that you send my way. So please feel free to reach out, and happy quilting!